My name's Nick Brown. I'm the head of Grow Offshore Wind. My background is in the manufacturing advisory service, which is a key element to the Grow Offshore Wind programme. What we're doing in Grow Offshore Wind is that we're really trying to expose the capability that UK manufacturers have to enter the offshore wind supply chain. And my background, particularly with MAS, 10 years of experience across a wide variety of sectors, gives me good insight into what manufacturers are capable of doing and where we can link to opportunities within the supply chain. Really connecting with that manufacturing community and bringing them closer to the customer is one of the objectives of Grow Offshore Wind. Growing UK content and increasing that in the sector is the overall programme goal. And through this programme, we're looking at identifying at the front end what the opportunities are for manufacturers. So who's putting out the contracts, what are the value and nature of those contracts, and who's capable of servicing those contracts in terms of the manufacturing community in the UK. Grow Offshore Wind basically is a partnership between MAS and Renewable UK, who are really the leading trade association in the offshore wind industry. So they have direct access to key developers, tier ones, OEMs. So using that information, we have a real direct line into what's happening within the marketplace, the timescale of the builds, where they're happening, and what the developers and tier ones are actually looking for in terms of UK content. And really, the relationship with Renewable UK is to provide that information, that up-to-date information, which we are bringing to manufacturers either directly through our Grow advisors or through our website. In general, we're focusing towards the SME marketplace, so a real rich variety of businesses that currently exist in the UK across a number of sectors that could take advantage of this opportunity. So in the manufacturing community today, there's probably somewhere in the region of about 83,000 manufacturers. And the opportunities will speak to some sectors more than others. So what we're doing with Grow Offshore Wind is we're looking at the entire supply chain for the offshore wind industry. So not just exclusively focused on turbine manufacture, although there's many component parts that are obviously involved in that manufacturing process, but also looking at the substation, the export cables, the logistics, so the service boats, running crew and equipment up to those turbines in the construction, online facilities in the ports and online substations. So it's really vast in terms of the supply chain, and as a result the opportunities are particularly wide. There may be more specific focus around things like steel fabricators for foundations, or electrical component companies for substations and the like, or companies who have a condition monitoring system which might help with some of the challenges in the operations and maintenance side of the industry. The first challenge is just to make these contracts visible to the manufacturers so they can make informed business decisions about whether they want to either get into the marketplace or grow. And that takes time in terms of their own resources that they need to invest to assess that. One of the things that we can do with Grow is to help them with that decision. So really looking at what the potential opportunity is for them, matching them to that opportunity, and then looking at their business in the round. So what's their current strategy, what's their current operational performance and supply chain performance, how fit are they in terms of their financial robustness, have they got the right type of accreditations in terms of quality, health and safety, environmental, etc. So we can look at that business and just help understand where the potential gaps are in performance, and then bring expertise and funded solutions to help them bridge those gaps so they're more likely to be in a competitive position to bid for and win tender contracts. I think the first thing is going back to the fact that we've got the voice of the customer. So we've got visibility of contracts as they come online. We know the type of things that the customers are looking for. We're working directly with the customers to understand what their requirements are and what their tendering processes are, and we're matching them to obviously what manufacturers are capable of doing. The service itself is very broad in terms of what we can actually offer. So the best advice for a business would be to come and talk to us about the opportunity. We can support, we have various levels of funding across a wide variety of business activity. So it might be something as simple as we don't know how to pitch properly, we don't know how to complete these tender documents or the pre-qualifying questionnaires. Who do we speak to? What are the channels into the customer? And we can help with all those things. For companies that may be more developed along that customer journey, that are already in the sector, but may be constrained in a particular way, it might be through their production capacity, they might be constrained by their existing premises. We have capital equipment, or funding for capital equipment, so we can help them grow in terms of those, if investment is required. If they're looking to progress an innovative idea, product development concept, we have substantial funding to help them realise those development plans and bring them into commercialisation. So really broad in terms of what we can offer. Come and talk to us, I think is the best advice, and we'll understand where we can help you most. Grow Offshore Wind looks at a wide variety of business support. So we're particularly looking at order winning criteria that will help manufacturers be competitive and win contracts. Now that can encompass a number of things. It could be minimum order winning criteria, such as accreditations in quality, health and safety, environmental. It could be about the way that they fill in the tender document or the pre-qualifying questionnaire, so they might need some support in terms of their pitch and how they present themselves to actual customers. Or it could be more about commitment to the actual promise, so they've won an order and it's about fulfilling that order on time in full to the right cost, basically their commitment to the customer. Any delay that's incorporated from a supplier is going to have a knock-on effect on that whole build time frame. So really broad in what we can help. We have a huge mix of skill and capability within the team that can bring that expertise to those decision-making questions. And we also have access to an extended chain of expertise as well. So where we have to bring in specialist help, and there's a cost to doing that, Grow Offshore Wind can help fund the cost of bringing in those externals.